Hi, I'm Paris, and anytime I'm out in the sun, I wear a wide-brimmed hat. For the past few years, this has been my hat from Sunday afternoons. It is their charter model. The reason I picked it is because it's SPF 50, so I'm not going to get too much sun coming through here onto here. But it is hot to wear when it's hot out. Not the greatest circulation through here, but my focus with it has been keeping the sun off my head, off of my neck and my face. The fact that it was hot, what was I going to do about it? Then I saw a commercial on TV for the Arctic Air hat, which is a wide brim hat that has reflective surfaces in it that says it does a good job of keeping the sun's UV rays off of you, but can also cool your head. Well, sign me up for that. So I went out, got one.
EpicReviewGuys.
Picked this up at my nearby Ace hardware store for about $20. Now, I see it's significantly more on Amazon, but you can find out more about it at the links down below this video. The Arctic Air hat doesn't mention an SPF value, but they do say it reflects away 99% of UV, so that should be on a par with SPF 50, I would think. And then here, once you wet this, it has a special lining inside. Let's take a look at that. That would be this blue liner here that holds and absorbs the water until it evaporates from the heat, I guess, coming from the sun on the top of the hat and out the top of your head. So when you have the heat on that wet material, the water evaporates, that pulls the heat away, and it claims it will reduce the temperature in here by about 20 degrees over the temperature outside, which really sounds like quite a claim to me, because here in Austin it's about 95 degrees out, I'd say, right now. So if I get this wet and wear it in here, it's going to feel like 75 degrees. Well, that'd be really something. Now, when I saw this on the TV commercial with the reflective brim surface, I thought, I'm going to look kind of dorky wearing that, but that's never stopped me before. So I am going to compare this hat with my good old Sunday afternoons hat. I'm going to go out into the sun and actually measure the temperatures of both of them just as they are in the sun when I get them wet. So I'll actually have a side-by-side comparison. And then in a little more subjective test, I'm going to take turns wearing each of these on my usual walk down through the neighborhood park and see how my head actually feels. So it's time to head out and compare the tried and true with the new and possibly improved. All right, here's the setup. Got the thermometer that's going to be out here. I guess I'll put it in the shade or it'll get really hot in the sun. Showing about 93 degrees here on both of these. I'm going to put one hat over each one. Here's the Sunday afternoons. Here's the Arctic Air. They're both at about 94 degrees when I put them on there. Okay, had to let some clouds pass by, but now we've had 15 minutes of solid sun. Over here on the back of the minivan, the more or less shade temperature is 99 degrees. I think it's closer to 95, really, the air temperature. Underneath Sunday afternoon's hat, there's a little breeze too blowing by. We're seeing 109.2. Underneath the Arctic Air hat, 104.6. 5 degrees cooler. Okay, I've got 8 ounces of room temperature water, and in the house it's about 77 degrees, so it's not cold water. I'm going to pour it into the hat, wring it out, put it back here, and give it another 15 minutes in the sun, and then see how the temperature is doing compared to this hat. Put in the special lining portion. I don't think much gets absorbed in the brim. Okay. Get the excess water out, wring it a little. The sun's shining on this. This is showing about 108. Let's get the Arctic Air on top and puff it up a little. Room for some air to go through. Get the rock on there so it doesn't blow away, and I'll be back to check it in 15 minutes. All right, we've had another 15 minutes of sun. The temperature showing 100, so it's gone up just a little. Let's take a peek, see what's going on under the hats. First, Sunday afternoon is, whoa, 123 degrees. 20% humidity in there. The Arctic Air, 91.3, but look at that humidity, 72%, but still 91 degrees. So I'm not getting 20 degrees cooler.
than the outside air with the Arctic Air hat, but definitely cooler than inside my other hat. But here's a thought. What if, because this is made of some canvas and mesh, what if I take 8 ounces of water, pour it inside of this? Would it cool down just as much? Let's give it a try. 8 ounces of 77-degree water. Oh, that just runs right through there, doesn't it? Oh, I don't know if that got absorbed in the side panels. There definitely won't be any need to wring it out. Yeah, some of it's got on the side panels. Most of it is right there on top. Okay, give it a try. We're showing 124 in the sun, and on goes the hat. And I will give them both another 15 minutes. You know, that's actually kind of cool on top. To see what's going on. 15 more minutes of direct sun. Temperature is, yeah, still showing here about 100. Now the Sunday afternoon hat is pretty warm. This hat, the Arctic Air hat, is definitely cooler to the touch. Okay, now this is the one I really want to know. I put water on it 15 minutes ago. It was at 120 something degrees. Let's see now. 105 and 65% humidity. So that water is evaporating. That is cooling it down. I haven't added any more water to this, so this has been a half hour since I wet this hat. Let's see. 89. That cool, really. Wow. And 74% humidity. So what we're seeing is that pouring water on any hat and putting it in the sun, the water will cool it down, the evaporation will cool it down, but the Arctic Air hat is designed to maximally do that, and I'm really impressed with how much cooling it has provided. The real test though is what's it going to do on my head. So I am now going to walk down to the park, it's about 15 minutes with the thermometer on my head and the hat on that. And when I get down there with the Arctic Air, I'll see what the temperature is. Then I'll swap hats and see what the temperature is when I get back here. Okay, the Arctic Air thermometer showing 87. Went down a little bit more. Put that on my head. Right, okay. Now for my elocution lesson, let's get, I may look dorky, but at least I want to get the front facing. Okay, I can feel the thermometer sliding. As long as it's inside there, that should work, right? Yeah. Okay, here we go. It's a hot day, 95 degrees to be out doing this test, but okay, made it to the park. Let's see under the hat what the temperature is. Thermometer's still balancing there. Okay. 85.2. Wow. Now there was some good breeze on the way down here and I could feel it, the cooling action as the breeze would blow over it. All right, thermometer 86. Let's get it back here and let's put on my Sunday afternoon hat. Okay, it's still damp. Head back home, 15 minutes, see what the temperature is under there. Okay, I made it back home. Barely. 15 minutes walking in the Sunday afternoon's hat. I think this may actually be wetter now than when I started because of all the sweat that's gone into it. Let's see the temperature underneath. Okay. And it is 96.7, 10 degrees warmer than wearing the Arctic Air hat. Okay, I can recover in the shade a little bit now. What I want to show you, obviously the Arctic Air hat is designed to have that air go through, do the evaporation, take the heat away, and it does an excellent job of it, but there's a price to be paid for that. Let me show you. Look inside the Arctic Air hat. You see the blue mesh, that looks all good with the aluminum on the outside of that. Let me show you the side though. Take a look at that. That's an awful lot of sun coming through. That's the mesh on one side, and the other side that lets the air flow through so well. Look at it here from the outside. You can see my fingers in there. So a lot of sunlight goes through there, and I actually saw a review on Amazon of someone who had an unfortunate thing happen wearing this hat all day. They shaved their head, so they didn't have any protection there, and they had a sunburn that went right around their ear on one side. I'll link where you can see that photo on Amazon down below this video. Here's the inside of my SPF 50 Sunday afternoon hat. Okay, and let's look at the sides. Let's look where the vents is, because the vents run all around the top. And I've got the sun right on the other side of it, but you don't really see the sun pouring through because there's two layers of mesh. and so they sort of offset each other. It's not as efficient for letting the air go through, but it also blocks the sun a lot better. Here's the outside. You see that layer of mesh? And then on the inside there's a finer layer of mesh to protect you from any sun coming through there. So the Sunday afternoon charter hat is not going to keep you as cool as the Arctic Air hat, but it is going to keep you better protected from the sun. This hat is more expensive. The Sunday afternoon charter hat, I'll link to down below this video, goes for about $50. The Arctic Air hat, you can find it some places for $20. On Amazon, it's around $35. I'll also link to that down below this video. You can decide what works for you. If you're lucky enough to have a full head of hair, you get all the breaks. And I'll see you on the next review.
Shopping is easy when you know what to buy. At EpicReviewGuys, we give it a try. What does the fox buy? Nobody knows. But before he goes shopping, he watches our video.